It's probably my favorite activity. Putting things in my mouth and experiencing their flavors is just wonderful. Cake, pie, beets, broccoli, bread, you name it, I love it. I don't think I've come across any food group that I don't like. In fact, my favorite thing in life, the thing I'm most excited about usually, is the food I haven't tried yet. It's all I want. When I go to a restaurant and I see something bizarre on the menu, that's exactly what I'm ordering. I don't care if it's brains or intestines or stomach. I don't care. I want it. When I came to Orfordville and I heard there was lutefisk, never had it. Yes! Now I'm somewhat indifferent, but... but I was so excited because I had never had it before. But no matter how bizarre and exotic and wonderful tasting food is, I always get hungry again. Even in August, when all those tomatoes are popping off the vines. I checked my seedlings today and the tomatoes had sprouted. I could taste them already. I'll probably eat tomatoes nonstop for a week, but I'll keep getting hungry. And these people in our reading today, the ones that followed Jesus across the sea, what happened just before this, they were all out in the field listening to Jesus teach, and then his disciples came up to him and said, it's getting late and we have all these people here, what are we going to do? So they got a couple loaves and fishes and Jesus fed all of them. And he was probably right when he said, you're not really looking for me. You showed up because I fed you yesterday. Free food, that's a good way to get people to show up for things, right? I mean, if we really wanted to have big attendance on a Sunday, what would we do? We'd schedule a potluck afterwards, right? So Jesus says, I'm the bread of life. Whoever eats me won't ever be hungry again, won't ever be thirsty again. So like smart people, they say, give us that. We want to eat that. Because lots of them probably didn't know where their next meal was coming from. They weren't so worried about what bizarre, exotic thing they could eat. They were probably more concerned with, is there going to be food tomorrow? So when Jesus promises them, you won't be hungry again, it probably sounded like a dream come true. The reading ends up with pointing at communion, though. Pointing towards this meal that we share each week. And we get hungry for that too. So what does Jesus mean when he says, I'm the bread from heaven, I'm the bread of life, and if you eat of me, you'll never be hungry and thirsty again? Is he telling us that we haven't actually had him yet? Because we keep getting hungry, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Keep craving for the things that which keep our bodies moving. Craving the things that feed our souls. Have we missed the Jesus boat? I don't think that's quite what it is. I think the reason that we get hungry for communion again, the reason that our stomachs start to growl again physically, is because that's part of life. Because life in God doesn't have a place where we stop, where we say, I've had my fill. No more will I need anything that Jesus has to offer because I've gotten it all already. Because no matter what comes up in our lives, no matter what good thing, what great celebration, what terrible diagnosis from a doctor comes, Jesus has more and more and more to offer us. We haven't had the whole feast yet. I know we didn't read it, but Paul says, now I see only in part. We've only eaten in part. The communion that we share each time we come here is a foretaste of that feast which is coming. On the other side, when we're raised from death, when we're at the feast that doesn't end, when all the world is as it should be, and we feast with Jesus in the fullness of all those promises, then we won't be hungry. Then we won't eat, because if we don't, we'll die. In that feast, we'll keep eating because it's so good. Because the richness of God's love and mercy and grace will be all that fills us. That's something to get snacks of, to taste in part, to look forward to and explore and search out. Search out the crazy and bizarre places that it is in our world. Search out the places we didn't expect to find that glorious manifestation of God's promises. Keep looking and tasting everywhere that God has provided that bread, those great promises of love and mercy. Amen.